In this video, I want us to listen to some residents of Ruiru. Before we do that, let me say this. I don't know what comes to your mind when you see a person who was an IDP in Nandi in 2007, but 15 years later, thus in 2022, the person votes for William Ruto as the president. A year later, the person is crying out for help, saying Ruto must go. I don't know what comes to your mind listening to that. Let's listen to this clip before we continue. Those are Ruiru residents, and they are saying Ruto must go. Ruto must go. It's almost certain and very clear that a majority of that team saying Ruto must go most definitely voted for William Ruto in 2022. And just as the lady has explained, she was an IDP in 2007 in Nandi. Right now, from the way they are speaking, they are in Ruiru, but it appears somebody is pushing them out from their land in Ruiru with the help of the government. And from what we have seen there, it has forced them to chase away the contractor who was on site. What's happening here, ladies and gentlemen? I want us to dig deep into that for Kenyans to understand what's happening behind the scenes. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. What's happening behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen? From that clip, it's very clear Kenyans will never learn. Somebody who was an IDP in 2007, 15 years later, you vote for somebody who was responsible for you becoming an IDP. About 1 year later, you are crying out for help. It appears Kenyans will never learn. So they will continue suffering because they have literally refused to learn. It's high time the mountain should wake up to know why they are suffering. Raila Odinga of the Luo community is not the problem. That's a message the mountain should listen to very, very well. If they can't listen to that, they will continue suffering. And I'm saying that because in the about 1 year and 6 months Kenya Kwanza government has been in power, if there are a people who have seriously suffered, those are people from the mountain. And I'm saying that based on their daily cries for help. Serious unemployment on the mountain, serious hunger, serious suffering. If they cannot open their eyes wide to understand where they are suffering. They will suffer till Jesus comes back. Secondly, we are in 2024, and assuming things remain constant the way they are, we'll be going for the next presidential election in 2027. So the big question is, are these people complaining now that Ruto must go? In 2027, will they vote or re-elect William Ruto? That's the big question. And looking at the way things are unfolding on the mountain, I'm fully convinced that a sane mind on the mountain should not or cannot vote for William Ruto. Going on what has happened in the 1 and 6 months Ruto has been in power. Agricultural sector on the mountain is almost dying. Farmers are suffering. In Uhuru Kenyatta's government, for example, a kilo of macadamia, they were selling at over 100 Kenya shillings. In a William Ruto's government, they are selling a kilo at only 30 Kenya shillings. Tea coffee is almost dead. In just 1 year and 6 months. If you can just prolong that in the next 3 years coming, the situation will be terrible on the mountain. And just as the Kalenjins are complaining in Uasin Gishu about maize farming, the mountain residents are also complaining about avocado, macadamia, tea, and coffee on the mountain. So this is a government that is not responsive to their concerns as those who voted for the same government. So it's a fact. This government is not fulfilling on the promises it made to those who supported and voted for it. As I conclude, there is a serious problem with elected leaders on the mountain. Instead of serving their people, they are in bed with the executive. They are serving one individual called William Ruto. So it's also incumbent upon Mount Kenya residents to elect leaders who will serve their interests, not the interest of one individual called the president. And for them to know a good leader, the current crop of leaders are actually not up to the task. Any leader who will be invoking William Ruto's name on the mountain to be elected, that's most definitely a sycophant. A leader who, upon being elected, will pledge his loyalty to William Ruto and not the people. A leader should pledge his loyalty to those electing him. Let me stop it there for now, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. For those who may want to support our forum, contact me through that number below. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.